welcome everybody to the National League section of the Dan Sports Tips MLB season preview. We're going to go through each division day by day, and I'm going to give you my opinions and a few tips as well to try and win some money. The National League Central, this is another division much like the National League East, where it's very top heavy. You've got the Cincinnati Reds. The rotation there is an atrocity. Rafael Iglesias is pegged to start as the opening game of the season because Anthony DeSclafani is hurt. He's your opening day starter. He was 9-13 with an ERA over 4 last year. At least the Reds have got Joey Votto and a few other players that can hit some home runs which will entertain, like Brandon Phillips, but they're just so far away from contention right now. You have to ask the question, are they trying to win games? And I'm not sure they're trying to win that many of them. Competition for the number 1 overall pick in the National League will be tough this year, and we're going to put a line straight through the Reds and the next team that we talk about. The Milwaukee Brewers, pretty much see what I said about the Reds. This team's rotation could give up an awful lot of runs, and the batting lineup is weak as well. Ryan Braun has spent the last few years racking up nothing more than injuries. He's getting older. Where's the star other than him in this lineup? Where's the power? Jonathan LaCroix? Scooter Gennett? It's a 3-team division, this one, and I couldn't tell you which of Cincinnati and which of Milwaukee is going to be worse and finish last, but they can't contend. But there's probably money to be made on betting the over in their games this season. Moving on swiftly. The Pittsburgh Pirates, Gregory Polanco, Andrew McCutchen, Starling Marte, they're the 3 parts of an excellent outfield. And to be honest, Cervelli at catcher is also decent with the production he'll give you. All around on the infield, the production isn't what you'd be looking for. And they've lost some power with Pedro Alvarez going to Baltimore after they decided not to re-sign him. But on the flip side of that, they will be better defensively on the diamond. The rotation's led by Garrett Cole, who is a superstar. If Francisco Liriano's career revival continues in Pittsburgh, then the 1-2 combo of this rotation is sound. John Neese's come across from the Mets, and a career ERA of around 4 isn't really what you're looking for in a number 3 starter, and we've seen enough of him to know that that's what you're going to get. The story continues with Jeff Locke at number 4. Juan Nicasio comes across as the number 5 starter. He was a reliever for the Dodgers last year. He was at the Rockies as well. Yeah, he interests me a little bit as the 5 starter. I think he could be okay, but even so, you've got 2 very middle of the road starters in that rotation, and you just feel that the sum of the parts of this team, and particularly sort of 3-4 starters, aren't really good enough when you've got to keep up with the St. Louis Cardinals and the juggernaut Cubs. This team has had a window of opportunity. They're unfortunate in that they've been in the same division as St. Louis, who are perennial contenders, and they end up with wild cards year after year and playing the 1-game knockout. You just feel that window might be closing here now. This team, they could surprise us. Those pitchers, Locke and Nisi, could end up having good years, but I don't think they're good enough to keep up with the Cardinals, and I don't think they're good enough to keep up with the Cubbies. The Cardinals are intriguing. I mean, they've won 100 games last year. They've won the division. They've lost to the Cubs in the divisional round of the playoffs. Johnny Peralta is injured. He will miss a lot of time by the looks of things this year. Jason Hayward and John Lackey have left in free agency and gone to the Cubs. If you lose players, you lose players. You don't want to see them going in division to strengthen your rivals. They have signed Ruben Tejada from the Mets, who's done an excellent job defensively. It doesn't do a lot for you with the bat, but he does get on base. They're possibly going to lose out on outfield defence, as Hayward is known as a good defender. Got the good arm out there. I think what a lot of people forget when they look at this team is, okay, they've lost Lackey, but Adam Wainwright's their best pitcher, and he wasn't there. He was injured last year, and they still won 100 games. I get that the last couple of years they've survived on a bit of statistical luck, shall we say, with runs allowed and runs, RBIs as well, a couple of years ago. But this team just wins games, and with Wainwright coming back, he's actually an upgrade over Lackey in a rotation that fired a team to 100 wins last year. I think the key is going to be Yadier Molina staying healthy for the whole year, because this team wasn't as good when he was hurt last year. Are they going to score runs? I mean, you can ask this question of St. Louis every single year, including last year, and I can't get away from the fact that, yes, they won 100 games last year. Yes, the Cubs are strong. The market might have overreacted here, because I'm not sure that the Cardinals are that much worse, and as I keep saying, they did win 100 games last year, and this team knows how to win and win consistently, whereas the young Cubs team might be fearless, but do they know how to win yet? We'll see. Oh, the Cubbies. Are they going to finally lay to rest the curse of the Billy Goat in Wrigleyville? You look at the team, it's loaded. The batting lineup will be led by MVP candidate Anthony Rizzo at first base, reigning Rookie of the Year Chris Bryant. They've got a lot of players there that flat out hit. They're solid defensively. They've added Hayward in the outfield. Dexter Fowler's back. Addison Russell at shortstop. They've got depth because they've got utility players, the likes of Ben Zobrist, who's come in. Jorge Soler, Javier Baez, Kyle Schwarber are all able to play multiple positions. The rotation has got Cy Young Award winner Jake Arrieta, Jake Lester on the big contract. Obviously, John Lackey's come across from St. Louis. Jason Hamill, he's got a history of being solid as well. And Kyle Hendricks, who wasn't as good last year as his rookie year, but he'll certainly do you as a number 5 starter. The team looks loaded. Two of their main additions have weakened a division rival. They were a wild card last year, but they did win 97 games. That still put them in 3rd place in this division. They have got a lot of easy games because they're going to play lots of games against Milwaukee. They're going to play lots of games against Cincinnati. Odds on to win a division for a team that might be young and fearless but hasn't won yet isn't my kind of price, and to be honest, I'd have to lean towards taking St. Louis in this division because they just win.